Hey there, my name's Andrew. I'm the designer of the Riffruler. Today I'm just going to go through a whole bunch of different prototypes in the process that I went through to um, come up with the final beautiful product that we have today. Um, so this whole journey for me started during the pandemic. I was getting back into guitar. I was steadily in the plateau, kind of still in the plateau. Um, but instead of practicing guitar, I started kind of designing this product, so you don't have to. Um, this is the very first thing I made. Before this, I was drawing out all of the different diatonic three strings, three notes per string, the pentatonics. I was drawing out chord shapes, and I was frustrated because I'm lazy. Because a lot of it's just repeated. A lot of it's the same pattern repeated over and over and over. And I was looking for a shortcut, and I found one. So this is my very first Riffruler. It's kind of funny because so many of the elements are actually visible in the final product, even though some of the middle ones have changed. But you can see I just made this with pencil, drawing the fretboard, and I used a Sharpie on these transparencies. You can see that it's all held together with tape, but it's fully functional. It works. And after I kind of saw all the things that you could do with it, I knew that this is something that I wanted to um, package for other people and make available to other people. So the first step in that was making a digital copy. So I put it into the computer with the help of my dad. This was kind of a father-son project that we were both working on. Thanks, Dad. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so here we can see that we've digitized everything. I put these strings labeled on the high E string, which is incredibly not helpful, which luckily I changed that later. But I was working on that. Here, this one's cool. This is the first kind of the logo that I was kind of deciding on when I was picking the name. The logo is supposed to be like a bent ruler, but also a crown. The idea behind the name Riffruler is riff, obviously referring to riffing on a guitar, and a ruler, kind of like a slide ruler, because of how it functions. I was trying to be careful not to use the word slide because something totally different comes up when you put in slide guitar. So, this we started using a thicker cardstock for this, and that was something that I really liked. And at this point, I was ready to go to printers, and I was looking at a bunch of different places to try to get this produced. I went to people who printed like greeting cards. I went to people who printed brochures, all different types of printers. But it was a really hard sell for them to. No one was really interested in kind of doing a far out project like this. I kept refining the idea. My dad made this one for me out of wood. Wood is kind of his natural medium. And this, to me, felt so much better than the paper. Just like the quality in terms of use and how long it would last. That this really got me to thinking how we can use something that is much stiffer than just a cardstock that's kind of cheaper. One of the other places that I looked at this point was bookbinders. I was trying to see if any of them would be interested in making a book with a cutout front. You can actually see we got some pages inside from where we had cut this one up to make our little prototype. Unfortunately, that one also was kind of a bust. but I kept looking and I kept refining. Here was a logo that I used for a short period of time. I started getting a better idea for the slides I wanted to include. On this one, you can see that I had the triads outlined, and when you use that with the other notes, it got really busy, really fast. So we made that change. But I believe this is the prototype that I took to the meeting where I found my actual producer. It was really this wooden one that got me thinking about how to get this made in a similar way. And what I wound up finding is a board game convention. So it's called POX Unplugged, and I went there. They have a whole bunch of different booths of really cool indie games and popular games and stores, and also independent board game manufacturers. So I went there and I had a meeting and I showed them, and I knew immediately that these were the type of people that I wanted to work with. They gave me the idea on the spot of closing the top of the Riffruler with a magnetic closure, and I thought that was genius. It was something that I didn't even know was possible. So that is how I got initially into contact with long pack games, and that started a long process of I've never produced any product before, so it was a long process to get and learn how to do all the drawings and all the cut lines, and making sure everything was ready for the art proof and the production proof. But we eventually got through all that. This is what we had made from home, with the specs that we had given them to print out. You can see it's a little bit beat up, just from the materials that we had to use. But that is what got us to our final project that is now available. You can purchase this now at our website. In addition, in that time when I was looking into a lot of marketing and in terms of how to get this out, I became very impressed with the work of Seth Godin, and he talks about one, being generous, and two, about a minimum viable product, which, again, I'm really happy about this. I'm very proud of this product, but it is not the minimum. The minimum is just a kind of, back to what I was thinking at the beginning, is just a print out just as it is. And I was finding it difficult to find somebody to print it for me. But then I thought that maybe my customers would want to print it out themselves. So there is a digital download where you can print a fully functional Riffruler, all the same slides. The form factor's a little different. There's nothing that keeps things straight other than these added lines that you'll have to line up yourself. I was originally going to try to sell the PDF. I only sold a couple to a couple of my friends. You know who you are. If you want your money back, let me know. But eventually I decided that this really should be available for free. So if anybody wants to grab this, they'll ask you if you want to give a tip, but I know what it's like to be a musician, so I understand. The other thing you could do with this is, if you wanted to print the fretboard part on another transparency, you could use this all on an overhead projector, if you wanted to use it in a classroom setting. And please feel free to use this in any classrooms or lessons that you're looking to give. The only thing that I ask is, please don't sell this, the download or printed copies of it. Everyone's, again, welcome to have it for free, but I just ask that you don't sell the printed version. Thank you very much. That's the story of the Riffruler, and I guess there's nothing left for me to do but practice.